about. Tonight is no exception. We do have Dalton Grados in here. Good evening, buddy.
Good evening. How's it going?
Good. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. And then across from me, I got Melissa, as always, coming in and helping me out.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you. And then without a mic, I got my buddy Sean, who came in tonight just to hang out. It's the only way that I can get my friends to listen to the show is to have them come out and hang out with me. So thank you, sir.
I think
appreciate
more
it.
people listen than we know.
I do.
They don't
I
say
think you're
anything.
right. I think you're right. They do. But yeah, so we're going to be joined. Dalton's going to be joining us for the first hour. And actually stick around, because typically what we do, the second hour is I'm sure you all know because you listen every night, is we bring you the best in local music that we can find in and around town. But so tonight we're going to do that as well, but it's going to be in a limited position because we're also going to have AB Positive come back out tonight after the midnight hour, and they're going to play a few new songs for y'all. AB Positive was on the show a few months ago, 6 months ago maybe, and they got a few new songs. So I'm excited that they're coming out.
Sounds like a great night.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool live music night, which is why we do it. Y'all can join the conversation too if you want. It's 813-433-0885 is the text number. That's 813-433-0885. And you can also give us a buzz at 813-239-9663. Tonight, we're actually going to be doing Facebook Live. And it's the first time we're doing it from the Musicians Wanted page. So if you like the Musicians Wanted page, you'll get a notification, hopefully, that we're doing Facebook Live, and you can tune in and actually see how the studio is and what we do here tonight and all that cool stuff. So tell a friend about it and tune in. You ready, man? You want to do it?
I'm ready.
Let's jump into a song.
Absolutely. This is a little funkier one, in the words of the patron saint of funk, Nile Rodgers. He said, if we ever get to the point of being too funky, we have reached nirvana.
I want you, girl. Won't you come closer? But I don't think I can have you if I'm looking out for the best. I told myself that I should work on myself. My mind gets away from my body. Am I doing this right? 'Cause each time that I slip away brings me a little bit closer to you. I know you're not good for me. Can't get into it, or else you will win, and that'll be the death of me. I said now, each time that I slip away brings me a little bit closer to you. Be nice if we had no regrets, and love is so precious, so I don't wanna waste it tonight. Hey, each time that I slip away brings me a little bit closer to you. I know you're not good for me. Can't get into it, or else you will win, and that'll be the death of me. I said now, each time that I slip away brings me a little bit closer to you. I know you're not good for me. Can't get into it, or else you will win, and that'll be the death of me.
Woo! Awesome, man.
Thanks.
That was awesome. That was Death of Me.
Yes.
And that is Dalton Grados. He's going to be joining us tonight during the live music portion of the show. Talk for a second about where people can find you online.
So, yeah, well, first of all, that song was actually the second track off of my debut album that came out this past November. It's called The Pursuit, Dalton Grados, The Pursuit. And that's available everywhere you get music stores, music streaming. And then social media, all my social media is the same handle, just Dalton Grados, DaltonGrados. And I stay regularly updated on that as well.
Awesome, dude.
So, yeah.
You mentioned album.
Yes.
And I've been playing stuff from you off of Spotify.
Yes.
So you're on
Appreciate
Spotify.
That.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
My pleasure. And I know you don't get any money from it, but, but I've been listening to it.
It's the changing industry.
Right?
Yep. You just got to do different things now.
Got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But so yeah, Spotify, what other avenues can people do to find your music? Like what's the best thing for you, like to support you as an artist that people can do for your music?
Yeah. So best thing for me would be probably buying on iTunes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like $10, I think, for the full album and 99 cents for each song. But it's a changing industry. People, it's okay with me that people, music is free, and so people are not as willing to pay for it anymore. But it's like any other industry. Instagram came along and Kodak went out of business. It's just you got to adapt. You got to be a musician and then make money off of t-shirt sales. I'm a t-shirt salesman that disguises a musician.
I know. I think
like
that's funny. A lot of folks that come through here, they're always like, "Yeah, I didn't really know how much showmanship was involved, like salesmanship is involved with being a musician these days." Because you really got to be your own self promoter,
right?
Especially on this level, where you're kind of starting out and you want to make it, and you don't want to spend too much money. Right. On other stuff. Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in tonight, dude.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. And then, so I want to ask, I kind of ask this of everyone who comes through the doors as far as just what made you get into it? Like, as far as music is concerned, because it's one thing to sing in the car, sing in the shower,
Right.
Even if you have original stuff, if you've written poetry and that sort of thing and you translate it into music, it's one thing to just perform it in front of the ones you love and family and whatnot, but it's a totally different thing to get in front of strangers and pour your soul out, to a crowd that may not even appreciate it, to a crowd that maybe love it, but what was it for you that got you there?
Right. Yeah. I mean, for me, from a very young age, I grew up listening to, the 80s bands that my parents loved, and that was kind of like fed directly to me. And so, great music right away, definitely very guitar dominated music. So, I always had that interest in guitar, even listening to music at a very 5-6 years old. I would always imagine myself, as the singer or as the lead guitar player. Yeah. And then, but never actually started learning guitar until I was about 13, and I really took it seriously. And I learned, from a DVD course, and I practiced a lot, and started playing guitar, started singing in my high school choir, and really learned singing from that. I was really fortunate. It was kind of a blessing I was in South Carolina is where I went to high school, and the choir I was in was like the #1 program in the state.
Oh, wow.
And it was a public high school. That's just where I went to school. And, it was just happened to be the time that I was interested in that and went that direction, and then that program, the amazing program, was there for me, and so I really
so that helped you a lot, like vocally
and just musically in general, learning how to work with other musicians and singers, and doing our shows. We put on some pretty nice shows. And like I said, the program was well funded. It was like the best in the state for 10 years running. And so, we really worked hard and as a group and did a lot. And so, yeah, and I guess what inspired me, to really pursue music, other than just being in the choir or being a guy that plays guitar, what inspired me to pursue it was just that raw, love for the music that I listened to. And then once I started learning guitar and just really falling in love with that. Like it was never really a chore for me to practice. I remember when I was 14 and I was on the wrestling team at my school, and we would have, I'd be at school all day, then we'd have wrestling practice, get home, shower, eat, do homework, and go to bed. That was pretty much the schedule. And I would actually wake up an hour early to practice guitar, and no one told me to do that. It was just kind of like, if you have a passion about something, you want to do it, you want to get better. And so that's kind of how it was for me. And it was just, I gravitated towards it, it wasn't like any forced effort,
So talk about for a second Death of Me. So that song that we heard out of the gate, how'd that song come about?
Yes. So actually it goes really along with, so what I was just talking about, at 14, getting up early, playing guitar and having this rigorous schedule. And no one asked me to do that. I put that on myself. So I think, at a young age, especially through my teen years, it was an anomaly almost. I was very stoic. I still am. I mean, that's just who I am. Very stoic, sacrifice today for rewards later. And so all through high school, and even now really, as far as when it comes to dating or girls, it's like, it's great, obviously, like that's going to happen at some point. But, if you go into it just kind of whatever, then it can be like a distraction from. So like all through high school and stuff, I never was really involved with dating just because I was like, well, what's the point? Like I want to be focused on my goals, And so Death of Me, where that song came from, was kind of like, getting too focused on like the wrong things, like chasing the pretty girl, and the girl that's not good for you, and then you're just totally off track, and you've just kind of fallen down this downward spiral. Yeah. And, obviously that's not always the case. It's a bit maybe dramatized. Is that how you said the word?
It is now.
Yeah. Dramaticized. That's it. It's not, it's not like, all girls are evil, but it's just like, don't get distracted, stay
I
on your
believe
purpose.
what you're trying to say is you're learning how to find balance between being in a relationship and doing your own thing, which is how it should be.
Well, if I had found that balance, I'd be writing songs too, but I didn't. It's that part of me. It's just always been that very stoic,
personality type, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
That's where that song came from. To answer your question,
that's where Death of Me came out of.
That's where that song came from.
Most songs inspired by women. This one's inspired by the lack of.
Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, it is kind of opposite in that.
Yeah, exactly, right? Hey, if you're just now tuning in, that is Dalton Grados. He's going to be joining us for the first hour of the show, playing his original tunes. Death of Me is the one we heard out of the gate, and he's on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. Dalton Grados, which is Grados, and he's got a website, right?
Yes.
Which is just DaltonGrados.com.
DaltonGrados.com, yep.
And you can find it there. So you want to jump into that tune?
Yes, absolutely. This song's called Getaway, and I'm going to play it here, just me and my acoustic guitar, but on the album, it's got some really great work with the piano and organ. It's really nice and bluesy. So here it goes, Getaway.
After all this time, think I'm walking out on you. Said you had enough of me, but you'll be back soon. I've kept you all along, you're not running out on me. Oh, don't give up now, we are meant to be. You wanna get away and try something new. Oh, I wanna hear you say I love you. I drove off flying fast with nowhere to go, so I made a call to you, heard your voice on the phone. It might be a mess right now, but you'll be just fine. Come on back to me, it's about time. You wanna get away and try something new. I wanna hear you say I love you. You wanna get away and try something new. I wanna hear you say I love you. Oh, yeah. I forgive you for everything. Oh, come on back home. I just want your heart, and I don't need a reason for you to be telling me why. Oh, you wanna get away and try something new. I wanna hear you say I love you. You wanna get away and try something new. Well, I wanna hear you say I love you.
That's a song called "Getaway."
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
for a second, can we talk about the guitar?
Let's talk about the guitar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's show the audience here. Just so
Wow, it's a
we're
brave new
talking
world.
about it. You can't.
Right? Yeah.
It's pretty
do it.
cool.
Let's do it.
Let's look at it.
Zoom in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. On the Facebook Live. Yeah. Yeah. This is it's a Martin. I love it, and it's kind of, Martin is high end brand, but for a Martin, this is like sort of their cheap end of their product line. But the reason I like it, first, it sounds and plays great.
Yeah.
It lives up to the Martin name, but it's made from the high pressure laminate wood, which is like the cheap stuff, but it's actually more durable. So I like it just because for practicality, it'll withstand a beating.
Completely black.
Yes, it's jet black.
That is so cool.
So it looks good on stage, and yeah, I mean, this thing, it puts up with, acoustic guitars that are made of fancy woods usually are pretty delicate as far as, especially with humidity and temperature. This thing puts up with it. So
Yeah.
Really
yeah,
nice.
I love it.
Right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. It's funny you talk about guitars, right? Because I remember it's when you go to see shows and whatnot, like folks like Eric Clapton or whatever, and you just see like 13,
Oh yeah.
of his own signature guitars up there, and he doesn't tune, he just has one. For every tune that he wants, and that sort of thing. And then it's really funny how because we've actually had artists through here too that get like Chris Cava. You mentioned Chris,
Yes,
the
yeah.
finger, and he just got a deal. I think it was Luna Guitars. No, not Luna. It was some company out east. But anyway, he got a deal where they started sending him some stuff. Some guitars, and it's like that's to get to that point. That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
You're like people are sending you guitars. Hey, play this.
Yeah. That's nice.
Like I think that would be interesting to get to that point. But that's Martins are great. The one story I have with Martins, I was with a guitar shop with a buddy of mine, and we're just playing around, playing guitars we can never afford.
Yeah, that's
we're
always
like,
fun.
let me see the $5,000 one. You gonna buy it? Yes, possibly. Yeah, exactly. So we just play around with those, and then this it was a 13-year-old. I'll never forget it. 13-year-old girl walks in, never played guitar before in her life. Comes and is like, oh, I like this one, and she picks out the guitar. And it was like an Eric Clapton signature Martin type deal. It was like $3,800 or something like that. And her dad's like, "Oh, I'll get it for you." Boom, out the door. I was like, "She's gonna play that once.
It'll be on
put
eBay.
it on and put it on the shelf." I was like, "Buy that one and give that one to me." Yeah, it was. That's so funny though. So you get a lot of traction out of that in live shows. That's the one you play.
Yeah. This is my main acoustic, and I got it not too long ago, actually, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just comfortable, plays great, and it just works. I like things. I'm very practical. I just want it to just do one thing and just work and be reliable.
Yeah.
know?
Oh, totally. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, reliable, like a workhorse.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally. So the album that you did, where was that recorded?
So it was recorded at Glory Sound Studios under Gronic Records, and so. It was a lengthy process. It took about a year and a half. I wrote all the songs for it, so 11 tracks on the album, and it was a really great experience. Being in that professional studio environment, I learned a lot, and now I'm able to kind of take that and do more. Even almost on my own with because now with technology, you can make great records, in your bedroom. And so I was fortunate to be in this studio setting, which was very nice, and really for me it was the educational process was what I valued the most, was how we made the record, and observing and learning all that. And I love how it came out. I had a producer that helped me out with some of the arranging things, and I wrote all the songs, and we didn't really change anything about the songs lyrically or chord progression wise, but just different things that sound better rhythmically or things like that, vocal harmonies and all.
For sure.
So it was a great process.
And The Pursuit.
Yes, The Pursuit
is the name of the record.
Yes.
And of course iTunes, Spotify, and that sort of thing.
All of that stuff. Yeah,
for sure. So that process, that recording process, like was it hard? Well, I want to know what led up to it, right? Because you get these songs, these original songs.
Yes.
How did you get to a point where you're actually recording in a studio? Because like you said, bedrooms, right?
Yes.
A lot of groups that come through, especially on this show, that have full-length albums or EPs, they record in bedrooms.
Yeah.
Right? And it sounds amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But how'd you get to the point where you're going to actual, like, studio aspect of it?
Yeah, so it was kind of a crazy sequence of events. I had done vocal coaching in the past, and I kind of wanted to get back into it.
Okay.
At the time, I had a good job, and I was like, I want to do this. I want to improve. So I went to this studio, and they do vocal lessons there, and sort of went inquiring about that, and then ended up, talking with the guy after a while. He kind of wanted to see where I was at, and I ended up showing him some of my original songs. So we did some sort of artist development lessons for a couple weeks, where it was basically working with the original songs that I had written. So a little bit different than just a normal vocal lesson where you're working on technique and stuff.
Yeah.
And then as I showed him more and more of my songs, they were like, let's do a record. And so it was, so we...
like you do.
Yeah. And so we signed up contracts, and it was good to go. And so, I guess it was kind of luck in that way. I was prepared. I had all the songs already there.
Yeah, the songs ready to go.
And so, but and now, same thing. I'm taking everything I learned throughout that past year and a half, 2 years, and now I'm able to do, like, my next release I'd like to do this summer and fall, and I'm able to do it on my own and get the same sort of quality, because it was a lot, like, even though the studio and everything seems fancy, the actual process was a lot simpler than I thought it would be.
Oh, totally, yeah.
And so like my next releases and stuff, I'm able to produce it myself and do it much more efficiently, because I have the means, just at my house now. So,
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I want to jump into another tune, but before we do, just real quick, as far as like the songs that we're hearing tonight, are they all on the album?
They're all on the album, and then I'm going to do a new one as my last song.
I'm honored.
Last song tonight. Yeah.
So let's jump into another tune then. What's next? What's on tap?
This one's called "Starts with a Dream." Yes.
Visions that come to your mind, they add up over time, and before long you see me, not as I am, but how you think I should be. You're telling yourself a lie that you expect me to believe. It's not gonna win this time. I'm taking control of my life, and I don't wanna be what you think could be a fit for me. Oh yeah, I'm living for destiny, and it starts with a dream. 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 You think that I will change, that this will take over me? A tree can't bear good fruit without its stable roots. So I think I'll be just fine, 'cause I am one with the vine. And I don't wanna be what you think could be a fit for me. Oh yeah, I'm living for destiny, and it starts with a dream. 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 Well, is there somebody here that agrees with me? Whoa, is there somebody here that knows what I mean? Or have we failed? Or have we failed? Or have we failed? No, I don't wanna be what you think could be a fit for me. Oh yeah, I'm living for destiny, and it starts with a dream. 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 No, I don't wanna be what you think could be a fit for me. Oh yeah, I'm living for destiny, and it starts with a dream. It starts with a dream. It starts with a dream. It starts with a dream.
That's a pretty tune, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm curious about bridges. Did that bridge always exist in that song?
Well, yeah, I wrote it in there, and I was kind of inspired by that, just that completely breakdown type of.
Yeah.
You know,
is that how it got inspired? Was the lick before you had the lyrics for it, or?
I think I just wrote it all at once.
Really?
And yeah, and then I just kind of wanted to throw something in there that was completely different, and really broke it down and kind of took the listener by surprise. And
right.
And you know, I was inspired by you know, I listen to all sorts of music, but a lot of like the funk, soul, R&B type, where it's just got that, you know, it's really grooving, and that's, I guess, that's what inspired that part.
When you write, so Starts With a Dream was the name of that tune.
Yes.
And, we should say Dalton Grados in here with us tonight during the live music portion of the show. We just heard Starts With a Dream, Getaway, Death of Me is what we heard, and you can check it out on our website, which is WMNF.org. So when you write, does it all happen at once? Like, are you doing lyrics and licks at the same time? Or is it vice versa? Is it kind of a mixed bag?
Yeah, it is mixed. I would say more often than not, I'll just be playing around on guitar.
Okay.
And figure out a chord progression or a lick that sounds good, and then I'll just keep repeating that. And then you kind of get into this mode where you're just strumming, and then you're just singing something, na, 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 na.
Right.
And you don't know what the words are yet, but you kind of get this picture in your mind of what it's going to be like. And in a moment of inspiration like that, sometimes I'll write a full song in 20 minutes, or sometimes I'll just come out with a a nice chorus and then come back to it 2 weeks later and then end up writing, verses or whatever. And then that's more often than not where I'll start with the guitar. But then sometimes, if I'm driving and I'll purposely not play music or anything, just have it completely quiet. And things will just come, like lyric ideas and melodies, and even how people get great ideas in the shower and stuff, or on a walk or something like that. There's actually science behind it, and there's experts that I listen to that talk about all the different things in the brain. But basically, it's like when you're doing something and you're doing a task, walking, driving, whatever, but it doesn't really require like real thinking, but you're like part of your brain is working to do that thing.
Of course.
So it like allows your brain to kind of like free up, and so sometimes or oftentimes for a lot of people, whether it's musicians or inventors or whatever, great ideas will come to them in those moments. So I found that to be true for me as well.
Well, hopefully you're not writing down the lyrics.
I pull out the voice recorder on my phone, and
Perfect.
yeah.
So what, with respect to music, it's we talked about what drove you to actually start playing live, right? And record music and do your own stuff. But what do you get out of it? Like, what is it about music that drives you with it? Because I mean, obviously, it takes a bit to be successful, right?
Right.
I would say even folks that are successful in music, it's not necessarily all they do. Usually there's a day job involved and that sort of thing. So there's obviously a passion there.
Yeah.
So what do you get? Like what is it that you get out of it to keep driving you?
Absolutely. I mean, for one, I could just lock into a groove and just play in my room with no one listening and just play like some blues stuff and just be solely into it. And it's almost like medicine, just the rhythm and the groove and expression, creativity, expression, whatever you're feeling that day. You can write a song, or maybe not even write a song, just play, a little groove that is sort of expressing what you can't express through other means. You can't really put it into words, but you can put it into music. Right. So that's what I really get out of it is, there's sometimes when I'm writing a song, there's at the end of it, there's like this feeling of like a relief, like this was inside of me somewhere, and and it was like wanting to come out, and now I have it, down on paper, and I'm playing it, and so it really is, other than other people liking it is obviously a great thing.
Of course.
I get so much out of it, just in the moment, even if it's a song and I never even see it again, or a groove that I'm doing, in that moment, it's a medicine. So,
well, just to flip that question on its head too, and you kind of mentioned this, what do you hope people get out of music? Like what do you hope that they come away with? So
I try to write music that is uplifting, for the most part, or I don't really, I guess I just kind of stick to what I know, which is I haven't lived that long. I'm only 21 years old, so I don't have a whole lot of experience in, like Adele writes about, she'll write a whole album about a breakup or whatever, I try to write songs that are, kind of like keep your head up type songs, or like that song Starts With a Dream. Is it kind of about following your dreams, or believing in yourself if you have something that you aspire to be. And so, I hope that other people, songs can mean different things to all different people. And I hope that people just, maybe when they listen to my song, they feel a little bit better, or they're uplifted, or they feel a little bit better about themselves. Yeah.
That's refreshing, I think. Just to try and put like a positive spin out there for folks, because there's not a lot of that, especially these days. But awesome, dude. Well, hey, let's do another one in just a moment. I'm gonna play a quick promo.
Yes.
That we have to do, and then we'll come back out of that and we'll jump into another tune. But this is Dalton Grados, and he's going to be keeping us company for the next for the live music portion of the show for another 20 minutes or so, and then stick around after midnight. We're going to have AB Positive. We'll be coming in and playing a few tunes as well. But we've heard Starts With a Dream Getaway, Death of Me. And I mentioned the website, but just again, it's WMNF.org. And you can find this show, which is Musicians Wanted, and click on the play button. When you do that, this show can play in its entirety, and you can listen on demand. So it's pretty cool. While you're online, check out his stuff on Instagram, Facebook. He has a website, and just type, it's all his name, Dalton, last name Grados. It's on YouTube. He's got all kinds of stuff going on, but you can find them all there. Spotify, iTunes, just everything you can imagine. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All on the web. So let's do this real quick, and we'll jump into another tune.
If you can afford a new car, think about donating a Ford to WMNF. We'll pick it up and you get a tax receipt. Call our representative to find out if your car qualifies at 1-888-966-3885 or online at WMNF.org.
I love how that promo assumes that the car you're going to get rid of is a Ford. I love that. Anyway, sorry. Let's do it, man. What are we going to hear next?
Absolutely. This song is actually the single off of the album, so we released it first as sort of like the radio single. It's called I Will Run After You.
Blinded by the light of day, circumstances in my way. It feels like time just runs astray. Overworked and underpaid, I just want to get away, feeling alone, feeling alone. I will run after you. I will run after you. I will pursue you, 'cause you're in my heart. Sometimes I get kicked around, and sometimes I'm feeling proud. But you want the best from me, and you'll have your way with me. I can't give up now. I pick myself up off the ground and realize it's all for you. It's all for you. I will run after you. I will run after you. I will pursue you, 'cause you're in my heart. I will run after you. I will
There you go, man. I Will Run After You is the name of that tune. Yeah. How'd that song come about? Talk about that for a second.
That was actually one of the songs that I wrote in like 15 minutes.
Yeah? The 15-minute song.
Yeah.
Everyone's got one.
And it's just, sometimes, it just all comes out at once. And, simple chord progression. And so it was more, I found with writing music, it's like the more complicated you make the music, it's like the less lyrics you can fit in.
Yeah.
And then the more simple you make the music, the more you can think about the lyrics. At least for me, that's kind of, how it seems to go. So simple chords and, it's kind of like I was saying earlier, it's kind of like a pick-me-up song, I guess. I was empathizing with, I think the original thought was somebody, in 2008, losing their home and just feeling like everything is crashing down.
Man.
And it's like, sometimes I get kicked around, sometimes I'm feeling proud, these type of things. And then, the chorus is like, I will run after you, like, I will keep going, and I pick myself up off the ground, realize it's all for you, all for like that bigger picture.
Yeah, I got
so,
you.
Yeah.
Is there a main inspiration that you draw from lyrically? Like, is there something, not necessarily a person, but just events or anything going on around you? Like, what do you draw from inspirationally to get lyrics down?
Yeah, I mean, it varies. Sometimes I'll end up singing a random lyric that sounds, random at the time, but then I'll keep playing with it and kind of give it context. Sometimes songs like Getaway that I played earlier, it's kind of like a relationship song. It's actually completely not personal to me. I was just kind of imagining it in my head.
Right.
And other artists do that as well. I'm actually almost like 3/4 of the way through Bruce Springsteen's autobiography I've been reading. And he does that too, like throughout his music. He kind of like imagines these characters, and the characters are influenced by like his upbringing, the small town Jersey boy type. But sometimes I'll imagine characters, and sometimes it'll be like a different perspective, some of my songs, actually the next song that I'll play in a minute, is kind of like a perspective of like God looking at us,
like a third person.
Yeah.
Okay.
And seeing like, what would he say? What would he think? And that's kind of a different perspective that maybe not a lot of people write about.
Yeah, sure.
And so it gives me like a different way of thinking about things. Like, what would I like placing myself in that position? Like, what would
taking like a step outside of your head, of your own life, really.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. Let's do it, man. Let's hear the next one. What's it called?
This next one's called "You Are Loved." At me, what have you heard about me? Men say what they will say, but I want you to know that you are loved by me. More than words can say, and I give everything to know your name.
condemn me. You blame me for all of your mistakes. But even if you set me on fire, I'd still call you my friend. 'Cause you are loved by me more than words can say, and I give everything to know your name. And you are loved by me more than words can say, and I give everything to know your name. Yeah. Why are you angry at me?
I can just see that tune when you're playing it at a show, like with the lighters start coming up. Right? It's like a lighter tune.
Yeah.
That's a total lighter tune.
And on the album, that's actually like piano driven. So,
is it really?
Yeah, it's like a piano
Is that
ballad.
you on the keys?
No, it's not actually, but it's piano, and I do play some lead lines on acoustic guitar, and then it's just piano, acoustic, and vocal.
Okay.
But more piano driven, and so I'm imitating that on the guitar. I'm playing, kind of all the parts the piano does, but. Yeah, I like how it came out.
Yeah, me too. It's a cool tune, man. I mean, I've liked all the stuff tonight. It's been fantastic. I mean, I've been playing, your stuff from Spotify, and of course, I've been playing on here in preparation for you coming on tonight. But I mean, all the stuff you've been playing tonight is just it's fantastic stuff, and it's good music. I love the vocals. I mean,
appreciate it.
It's been great.
Appreciate it.
And yeah, I think the guitar licks, I think there's something to it. You were saying earlier where. You have a lot of room to explore lyrically, right? Yeah, because it's just you and a guitar, right? So you don't have to worry about filling gaps and that sort of thing with the music, as opposed to when it's just you singing, right? That sort of thing. And the really I wanted to ask too, as far as recording the album, you said that it was a lot of studio musicians that came in. Yes. So how'd that sound to you? When you heard the album, is all done, is mastered, boom, it's out there. And with all the instruments added, was it what you wanted? Was it what you thought it would be? Yeah, fortunately we had, some good people behind it, and there was a lot of, it was definitely more than I would have been able to do if it was just me. For sure. Because there's a lot of things on the album that I would have never considered that make it sound that much more better. For example, organ. There's a lot of organ on the album, and if it were me at first, I'd be like, organ, like my guitar, my songs, like I want guitars, mainly guitar driven and maybe some piano, but what would an organ do? But man, there's a lot that it adds, to fill out that sound, and different keyboard parts and all that stuff, background vocals and things like that. Yeah. I didn't get too crazy with the background vocals on the album, because I try to make everything to where I'm able to play it live by myself, or maybe just with a couple other people, and it will sound authentic to the recording. You want to keep it simple that way. Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a lot of things that I'm really glad how it turned out, and I think it definitely turned out better than what I originally
had like the idea of it in my mind as.
That's cool.
So
yeah. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure.
It's been my pleasure too. I mean, the songs are great, and I can't wait to see what happens, in the future for you.
Me too.
It's going to be good stuff. But if you're just now tuning in, you're missing the majority of the live set that we had with Dalton. Dalton Grados has been in here with us. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook. He has a website, which is just daltongrados.com.
Yes.
And YouTube and all that cool stuff. And of course, he's on Spotify, iTunes. I mean, you name it, you could probably find his music out there. But go to our website at WMNF.org, and you can find the show Musicians Wanted. Just click on the play button, and you can listen again to this show. So you can rewind, fast forward, and hear the live performance as well. And it'll be cool stuff. So what are we going to hear last?
Absolutely.
What's up?
So all the songs I've played up until this point are on the album that's already released. This next song is actually the first time I'm playing it anywhere, nice. Really. So it's the debut of this song.
I'm honored.
And I'll be releasing it as a single. I'm aiming for June 21st. And right now, I don't really see any obstacles that prevent me from getting it to that date. So, and of course, you can follow me on social media to stay updated. But this is a new song that I wrote. It's called More of You.
I don't know which way to go, but I know I need your love. So is it her lips or the touch of your fingertips that sets me free? On the inside, searching for some insight. I know you're all I need. So be my one defense, my ocean to swim in. This old wretch is ready for a change. Your love is like a fire. Come on inside and be my desire. I want more. Yes, I want more. 'Cause your love is like a fire. Come on inside and be my desire. I want more. Yes, I want more of you.
I'm honored. A brand new one. More of you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. Hopefully coming out in June.
Yes, June 21st. That's what we're aiming for.
Man. That's awesome. Thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, do you guys a favor, if you're listening tonight, check him out online. Just type in his name really in Google. That'd be the best thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Why not? It'll all come up.
Yeah.
Dalton, Dalton, and then Grados, Grados. And websites will come up, YouTube will come up, all Instagrams, all that cool stuff.
All that stuff.
Yeah, and then you can just link it from there. So, but yeah, man, it's been great. It's been awesome. I really enjoyed having you here, and I have to have you back.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope everyone listening enjoyed it. And if you did, like you said, follow me, social media, everywhere. I'll be putting this show up on my YouTube, and I'll be continually updating all that.
Sweet. Yeah, it'll be cool stuff. But stick around. We got AB Positive. They're in the building. We're going to bring them on for the midnight hour. They'll be in here. We're going to play some music for you guys. We're going to start off with Bad Scat, who is a local artist as well. It's a new song. Well, it's new to me anyway, that I found from him. It's called Alkaline. We're going to play that for you guys, and we're going to get AB in here, and they're going to set up, and we'll join them after that. Thanks for everyone who tuned in on Facebook Live. Thanks, Melissa, for doing the camera work.
It's exhausting.
I know.
I just kept going and going and going. Like, oh my gosh, I have to get him on there before he starts playing again. And then it's always late.
It is.
But you know what? I think I got some good video for you. So, and I tagged you on everything, so you should be able to share it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, there you go. She just learned how to tag. She's all excited.
Welcome to 2017.
Just learned how to tag a business. I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know about the @ symbol at all.
We need social media classes these days.
I know,
That's what you
right?
need. Yeah, exactly. This is what you need. But anyway, so we had the Facebook Live. Thanks, Melissa, for doing that, and it's awesome stuff. But yeah, and also next week we're going to be back in the live music room with Wild Root is coming out. We got them rescheduled, and they're coming out to play next week, a full band setup. So make sure you tell your friends about that. But thanks again for coming in, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.